Morning, this is Professor Anderson with a little bit of feedback for your rough draft of writing assignment number 4. What I do, just like all the other assignments, I pull up the PDF, the writing assignment sheet that gives you, sort of lays out the task itself and all the components. So that's the first thing that I do, is just to make sure that all of these nuts and bolts are included. And if we go through your paper, the first thing that we're missing that I see you need to add is a title page. So if you go back into weeks 5 and 6 give detailed information about how to craft a title page and what needs to be included. And the, oh my goodness, it's the School of Business. It's in the resources section. For just a second, it escapes me with the name of it. You'll find plenty of examples there of how to include a title page. And then it's this letter of transmittal. And after following the letter of transmittal, you should have your executive summary. So the executive summary, you'll see, so here we go. Here is the portion of your title page. I got it. Now I see it. All right. So that needs to go first, and then your letter of transmittal, and then your executive summary. So you want to move this in front of your title page, and you want to make certain that you paginate. That means add pages to everything. If you are, it looks like you're using Word, it will be up here and it says format, and then it'll say insert pages, and it will allow you to select what formula, like if you're going to use APA, I believe so. So if you look up here, you'll find format while you're in Word to be able to do that. And then we go through a host of your areas. So this would be the body of your paper, the purpose, the method. So I can see you're really in your very early stages with this rough draft. That's what they're called. Good. You have a start going. That's the most important thing. I wanted to talk about, so first I'd like to go over the nuts and bolts to make sure they're all there. And you still have a lot of areas that you're looking for, but I like how you've organized it. You've worked it in an outline form. So you've gone ahead and put in the titles, and you know what needs to be filled in. That tells me quite a lot. Let's look at the nitty gritty now. Let's look at some of the grammar issues, some of the techniques that you have in place. So you want to make certain that you're following proper memo transmittal message formula, and you'll be able to find that in the week 4 and 5 samples of the memo. So this format that you have is not correct. You'll just need to make certain that you follow that. The other thing that you want to make certain that you do is your letter of transmittal is not, you want to be as clear cut and concrete as possible. So, dear Jikta Lom, enclosed, please find the report titled Establishing a Drug-Free Workplace, period. This report is a compilation of secondary and primary research conducted on the topic. You may recall, thank you in advance for your time for reading this. Just very quick and to the point. You want to make certain that you do 2 things. 1, identify the title and topic of the subject matter, and then 2, make certain that you actually 3 things. Identify the title and topic. Make certain that you refer to the fact that the primary research was authorized by the individual that you're sending the memo to. So this is the result of the research that you authorized, the primary research you authorized for our workplace in my memo, dated blah, blah, blah. And then the third thing is, without any fluff or flowery language, you simply say, thank you for your time and consideration. A letter transmittal is basically like a sales receipt on top of something you've purchased. It just identifies what's in the bag. You're not trying to persuade in this. The other memo that we wrote, that's persuasion. This is simply identifying what can that reader find inside of this paper. So then we want to move to, again, you want to move this title page to the front. And we want to move into this executive summary. So the executive summary, you'll find those examples in weeks 4 and 5. You worked through several examples of executive summaries. It gives a very quick background, and you want to use those subheadings that were shown in the executive summary examples. Show the background of it. Show how it's integrated into the how is it? How can you see this in your workplace, and move forward from there? The executive summary is a little bit like the memo to a decision maker in that you are outlining different areas of the paper itself. And so then you want to, the purposes of this report are to, it's not to lower, it's to, the recommendations of this report are designed to reduce workplace. So you want to make sure you outline the recommendations, because the report itself is not going to reduce workplace injuries. The recommendations from the report hopefully will reduce workplace injuries. I hope that makes sense. So the introduction, you want to make certain that you include, do you have this problem in your workplace? So you want to make certain that you tie this national issue into your paper. And then showing your research that you did. Okay, you want to make certain at the end that you give a quick, you attach as an appendix your primary research, and then list your secondary research and offer your results or your recommendations. So I know you have a lot to do. I know you have a lot to do, but you're off to a great start. So kudos to you for plugging away and planning. I like how you're thinking and planning this paper. It shows that you have an end goal and understand the whole of the construct of this paper. I look forward to reading your final copy.